There are other impositions, and let's try to differentiate them from tax. First is we have the toll fee. This toll fee is a demand of the ownership. So once that you're using that property to cross like a road, like the inlets, outlets, etc., those are toll fees. That is a demand of ownership. The tax is a demand of the sovereignty. So again, the word is ownership in here. Penalty is a consequence of a violation. The tax is a demand of sovereignty. It's not a consequence that is civil in nature when it comes to tax. Compromise penalty are those that are paid when you are not able to comply with the filing, for example, or submit some documents to the BIR. There is a corresponding compromise penalty of that is in lieu. Because if you're not going to pay that, there's a criminal prosecutions or some other things that you need to comply. Special assessment is, this is a demand. It's because that subject is benefiting from the public improvements made by the government. The taxes is not based on that. The taxes is an enforced or a forced contribution. It's not based on how the government serve you or provided services. It's based on the sovereignty demand to support the government. It doesn't mean that if you are receiving less services, you're not paying taxes. No, it doesn't mean like that. Unlike with the special assessment, it could be done when there is a benefit received by the taxpayer as a result of the improvement or public works undertaken by the government. So that's it. That's the difference. The license fee is an act or is a result of some regulatory. This is collected in order to recover the cost. That is the intention of having the license fee. Again, that is an exercise of police power. The margin fee, the tax is an exercise of tax power. So we have, that's the difference. Margin fee is an exaction designed to stabilize currency. It's not common, but that's the definition. Debt is the sum of money upon contract. Tax is based on law. So doesn't mean that government has to comply in order to collect tax. No, the government doesn't have to do something to collect tax because it's already an obligation, a sovereign forcible demand from the taxpayer to pay it. No need for the contract. The debt is based on contract, and that's their main difference. Subsidy is the money that is granted by the government in order to answer portion of the expenses made by the private enterprise. Well, apparently that's too different from the tax. Custom duties are imposed on the export and import, so that's both of that fees. These taxes are not based on the import export. It's based on here within the Philippines and outside, of course, if there are some protection rules that are affecting or governing for those subject to tax. Revenue is a broad term. It includes all that are collected. So the government is not only collecting taxes, it's also collecting the duties. So the duties is part of the revenue. Another form of collection, like for instance, if they have some commercial activities, proprietary, government operated corporation or own controlled corporation, they're having also revenue. So it captures all of the inflow. The impost signifies the tribute, duty, limited sense, means duty imported. something like that. Tax is different. Okay, tithes is for the church, and tribute is for historical imposition of monarch, ruling sovereign, and often paid the subject to subordinate. Those are tribute. I think it's not applicable here in the Philippines. So that's all for the terms of other impositions, and we tried to differentiate them from the term tax.